second wave of the COVID-19 pandemic hits, many people once again turning their attention to those living in long-term care. The outbreaks and loss of life felt at a number of facilities during the spring took its toll, and the province promised something would be done. So what is the government's plan, and is it enough to help long-term care homes survive a second wave? Well, some doctors don't think so. Joining me now to discuss is City News reporter Mark McAllister. Good morning to you, Mark.
Good morning, Mel. How are you?
I'm doing okay, and this is something that we've been talking about for some time, for several months. We saw the first wave, and then the question was, what is next? So who is speaking out right now?
As far as those speaking out, I mean, we had more than 1,800 deaths in the spring as a result of COVID outbreaks in long-term care homes, including 10 here at the Wellesley Place Centre where I'm standing right now. Over the last month or so, we've heard doctors stand up and say, hey, we've got these recommendations to try and get more specialists into these homes and do that much more to turn things around. We want more PPE. We want more staffing. We need to get some protocols in place. They did that in the spring, but now it's time to put together a long-term plan. We've also got major organizations like the Ontario Long-Term Care Association that actually put together an action plan and a letter recently saying they're not being heard and more needs to be done. I had a chance to speak with the CEO yesterday, and here's what she had to say.
We need to make sure that our homes have sufficient personal protective equipment. We need to make sure that we have infection prevention and control in the homes. Every home in the province should have dedicated, specialized infection prevention and controls expertise in the homes to help screening, to help with the families, help with the staff.
Now, the province in the summer did say a third-party investigation into how they handled the matters in long-term care homes would go ahead. That's starting right now. But again, these organizations, the personal support workers in these homes say it's not enough at this point.
One of the questions, too, is when we look at the case counts, who is being infected when we look at the new cases? As of late, the numbers have been anywhere within that 65 to 70% range of people under the age of 40. So for a lot of people, they're saying, well, has this all shifted? Is that a fair concern?
Yes, certainly is. But at the same time, when we're talking about a second wave and we look at our most vulnerable, there's a pretty good chance that the outbreaks start happening again. There is an example in Ottawa right now, for instance. Over the last month, there have been 11 deaths in the West Villa home in Ottawa right now, and everybody is pointing to that as an example. However, on the other side, Queen's Park, the Premier, the Minister has been saying that that represents 1% of what's happening in the province right now, and they continue to want to point to 99% without any cases. However, we know that as more cases come in, there's a pretty good chance that these long-term care homes are going to get hit, and once again, we're going to see more loss of life.
Indeed, we need to protect the most vulnerable in our communities. Mark McAllister, thank you, and you can catch Mark's full report, citynews.ca, as well as City News at 5 and 6. Thank you, Mark.